Mall near Chick-fil-A.
So I'm not sure if our next guest, I should say, is here to talk to you about a book that she's written or if she's here to talk to you about what it is to not put aside a dream. But regardless, she's here. This is Penny Manna. Her pen name, if you will, is Penelope Hope, and she wrote this book, A to Z Speech Therapy.
Right.
It's relatively newly published, Penny, but you wrote it how many years ago? 30?
35 years ago, 30 years ago.
So I set you up to say I'm not sure if you should be here talking as an author or as a mother, because you are a mom.
Yes.
Like so many people, you found yourself raising your family on your own.
Yes.
And you told me you would wake up in the night, you've a longtime educator,
Yes.
and you would jot this book down,
Right.
hoping that one day you could make it a reality.
Absolutely. That's what I was hoping for, yes.
Maybe the timing of when it became published is perfect because you're finding a whole new audience in this book besides just children.
I am. That's really true. I expected it to be a child's book, but then I had this one person come up to me and say he had Parkinson's and couldn't speak. Well, so he wanted to buy the book from me so he could learn the sounds of the letters. So
You remember
and
recently, if you watched the show, Senator Bo Watson was on, and they had an event
I went.
out at Collegedale. The whole focus of it was literacy. Penny was there, and people loved your book.
They did. I got a lot out of it, but the most I got out of was the Commissioner of Education. It was very, very, very simple, but she said, sing, sound, and say the letters to children and the words, because that's the way they learn. And I went up, she asked me for a book, and she went through it and asked me for my number. Hopefully it'll get into the schools soon and into speech therapy, because all the sentences have 6 words that start with that letter representing the picture.
Here's what I like about it. So it takes me back. I grew up with the old Sally, Dick, and Jane books, Penny.
Yes, me too.
Okay. And
Well-
I don't mean this to be disparaging, but they were simple, yes.
Yes.
But they didn't talk down to children. There was
No.
nothing, I don't know, pandering about
No.
it.
No.
Your book is just basic. So as she said, it's 6 words. So G. Gail grew green grapes in her gorgeous garden.
Yes.
What else? It's just a sentence.
Right, right.
But for children or for adults, as you said, maybe they've had a stroke or something.
Right.
They're having to relearn, and repetition is key.
That's correct.
Now, you're not going to notice the book and not notice, besides her sentences, the illustrations. It was a mother-daughter love affair, right? Your daughter is the illustrator.
Absolutely. My daughter, Shay Peters, is Sheila Peterson, and she has done the art and everything, but she also has Parkinson's, so she can't do any more art, but she has done the artwork.
But you told me that the artwork was done around this same time frame, so she was
She was-
relatively young herself when she drew these, right?
Yes.
You don't have to age her necessarily.
Well,
but
I'm 80. I don't know. She was maybe in her 20s, maybe less.
they're beautiful illustrations.
Thank you. I wish for more, but
You can buy the book right now on Amazon. You can also get it at Barnes & Noble. I only have a couple of minutes left. Your background is interesting, though. You have 3 daughters of your own.
yes,
You ended up kind of taking in another 6 children,
that's true.
plus you were in the Marine Corps.
Yes, I was in the Marine Corps.
You don't know the meaning of the word can't, do you?
No, I don't know that. That doesn't allow me to do anything.
So, did you draw your inspiration for these sentences, do you think, from the raising of your own children, or did you go back to things you learned when you were in elementary school? Or was it just basic knowledge to you?
I think mostly my children, when I was in school, my mother died when I was 10, so I went to an orphanage, so I don't think that started it in. But I think my children were the inspiration.
Penny, I think you're an inspiration. If I heard you right, this was not known to me. You said your mother died when you were 10?
Yes,
So you were raised in an orphanage.
orphanage and boarding schools.
So no wonder your heart went out to those 6 children who you took in later.
That's very true. I care about people.
So the book reflects that, because it's really just, it's going to feel a little bit like a throwback book. It's easy to hold in your hand, so if you are an older person struggling with something and weight is an issue,
Right.
you're fine. If it's a child who wants to curl up in a comfy chair and read on his or her own, that's fine. And what's also great, I didn't go into this and we have to wrap it up, but with the 6 words in each sentence,
Right.
there is then an illustration of what the sentence is talking about.
That's correct.
Kate kissed and cuddled her kitten named Koala. There's a kitten, there's Kate, she's kissing the kitten, and there's even a koala bear in the window.
Yes.
It's a lovely book. You can find it online, A's to Z, Speech Therapy. Penelope Hope is the author.
Thank
so
you.
nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
James, your car was pulling to the right, and you came to budget break seeking alignment. What happened?
They fixed it for the best price.